This is one of those videos where you risk people coming back like 6 months later and you were just completely wrong. But I'm putting it out there. I'm on the bandwagon. I think Lonzo Ball is the favorite for the Rookie of the Year for this upcoming season, guys. For a few different reasons. We're going to look at his situation, the responsibilities that he has for the Lakers, compare that to other rookie situations, and I feel the best about Lonzo moving forward. Now, first and foremost, I think the playmaking is going to be a pretty real thing for him. Not only because he just is a gifted passer who can get it to his teammates in the full court, the half court, pick and rolls, beating his guy off the dribble, things like that, but I also believe he's going to be the primary ball handler for these Lakers. The only other guy who's going to have the ball in his hands sometime is probably going to be Jordan Clarkson and sometimes Julius Randle. So I think Lonzo is just going to be the primary dude, and Luke Walton is going to give him all the reins to the offense, which would lead to his production being better, averaging more assists per game. Now the scoring, I don't think it's going to come as easy for him. He definitely is farther along with his distributing, but I do think he can get to 10 to 12 points a game. He seems like a good enough three-point shooter, I would hope. I'm not expecting him to be like awesome from there in his first season, but if he can get to around league average, I think that's good enough, on top of being a guy who's a good inside scorer as well. But I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year based on his scoring. I do think it's going to be his all-around game that really does it for him. Picture his rookie season about 10, 11 points a game, 6 or 7 assists. But when we talk about those 6 or 7 assists, I think Julius Randle catching alley-oops could be one of them, especially because the dude lost a whole bunch of weight. Their new shooting guard of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's a good shooter, around 35% from the field. Hopefully he doesn't fall off a cliff in that department. I would hope that Brandon Ingram's offensive game can just make some progress this season. According to Luke Walton, the guy got stronger between last season and this upcoming one, so hopefully he doesn't just get bounced around as much. And I also think Brook Lopez is going to help a lot, because he's going to put up about 17 to 20 points a game, being able to shoot from outside and score from inside, which can help out Lonzo. I also think the rebounding is going to be a key factor as well. And that's what I mean by Lonzo's all-around game. I think his rookie year stats are going to be like 11 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds a game. And I think that sort of a thing can get you Rookie of the Year if people want to appreciate the all-around performance that Lonzo is going to have. Typically, the Rookie of the Year is just who can score the most amount of points, and to be fair, that could very well happen again. But I don't know. I feel like his all-around game is just going to be really strong for a rookie. Also, defensively, he's shown a lot of good instincts there, especially in the Summer League. I don't know how much people are going to care about defense for Rookie of the Year, but I like to feel good about it. But now let's talk about just some of the other rookies. Markelle Fultz is an obvious other choice, and it makes sense, especially given all of his offensive abilities. Here's my thing with Fultz. His usage rate in college was like 31.5, which is around Damian Lillard, which means he had the ball in his hand all the time, and I think with Ben Simmons on the team, there's going to be some push and pull there. As in, sometimes Simmons is going to have the ball in his hands more than Fultz will, and I'm sure Markelle is going to be able to figure out how to play off of Ben Simmons, and I'm not even saying it's not going to go well for them. But what I am saying is, it's not going to be the absolute perfect position for Fultz to just average like a whole bunch of points and make him the obvious winner of the award. Jason Tatum's pretty easy. He's just not going to play enough for the Celtics. There's a whole bunch of wing players ahead of him. They're trying to win right now. They have NBA Finals aspirations, which I don't think they're going to get to, but they're going to try. To me, Josh Jackson is going to have a Justice Winslow type of rookie year, where he averages like 6, 7 points a game, maybe grabs about 4 or 5 rebounds, he might get 2 or 3 assists, which is cool, and he's going to be a strong defender as well, and it's someone that you can feel good about, but typically you're not going to win Rookie of the Year if you just don't have enough production, and that's what I think is going to happen with Jackson and the Phoenix Suns. Now, De'Aaron Fox, I think, is going to have quite a bit of responsibility for the Sacramento Kings as a ball handler. I do believe that George Hill is going to take the ball out of his hands sometimes, to where De'Aaron just isn't going to have as many responsibilities as Lonzo Ball will. But I also think Fox's uphill climb as a shooter is going to hurt his scoring in his rookie season. Unless the dude makes some drastic jump, because he was not a shooter whatsoever in college. I think that's the sort of thing that, sure, he can get good on eventually, but for his first season, I don't know. Jonathan Isaac, to me, seems like a lower usage kind of a player who can defend multiple positions, be an efficient offensive player, grab rebounds. But similar to Josh Jackson, he might have a rookie year where he averages like 6 points a game. And unless you also grabbed like 12 rebounds and like got 6 assists, I don't think that that's really going to equal a rookie of the year performance. So I like Isaac quite a bit. I also do think it's a little bit of an awkward fit in Orlando. I just don't think for rookie of the year. Now, Lauri Markkanen does have the offensive abilities that could get you the award, because he could just go off for like 15 to 20 points in his first season because the dude's an awesome shooter. I just don't think he has any of the creators around him that could really help him do that. Zach LaVine is a good scorer, but he's never going to be a big-time assist guy. Chris Dunn was not good in his first season, so good luck with your second year. And Dwayne Wade, I mean, maybe D-Wade of like 6 years ago, but 2018 Dwayne Wade, he's not going to be a great playmaker for you either. Frank Ntilikina, his comparison has been George Hill, and that's the type of player who I would love to have on my team, but that's the kind of guy whose career is destined to where he's going to average like 14 points a game. And typically those guys aren't going to make a huge impact like that in their rookie year. There are some guys here who are just lower usage, who still help their teams win, but they're just not going to put up enough production, and I think Ntilikina is that kind of guy. Now, Dennis Smith, on the other hand, he is someone who I think could steal this thing from Lonzo Ball, because Smith, to me, has got all the potential in the world of being a scorer as well as a very good playmaker, and I think the Dallas Mavericks are a team that is in quite a position to help him out right now. Nerlens Noel is the perfect alley-oop partner, so expect them to be in pick and rolls a lot. I could see Harrison Barnes moving off screens and Dennis Smith finding him to get Smith to some easy assists. And then there's just a lot of shooting on the team, which is going to give Smith a lot of room to operate, one of them being Seth Curry, and the other one, of course, being Dirk. So I'm definitely putting Dennis Smith on the list of guys who could win it. But I do think one thing that puts Lonzo Ball ahead of Smith is I think Luke Walton is just going to give Ball more responsibility, whereas I think Rick Carlisle is going to acclimate Dennis Smith a little slowly. But I'm going with Lonzo Ball for Rookie of the Year. I think the combination of his skills, all-around game, and responsibility that he's going to have for the Lakers just puts him at the prime position over any other rookie.